Mississippi River may look quiet, even gentle, as it flows past St. Paul, but many people have discovered, sometimes with tragic results, that the river is a mighty force to be reckoned with. St. Paul Fire Chief Tim Butler recently commended 2 groups of people for their heroic actions, which saved 2 lives.
We're here tonight to recount 2 separate life and death struggles between people and the river. Tonight's story have some very happy endings, thanks mostly to some superb citizens and fire department personnel who put themselves in harm's way, put themselves into the cold, swirling waters of the Mississippi River to go to the aid of another person in peril of drowning.
On May 8th of this year, 87-year-old Arnold Bellis accidentally drove his car down a boat ramp into the cold, fast-moving river at Lilydale Regional Park. Fortunately, fishermen Ken Pelton and Doug Nagle and boater Jeff Brewer were nearby.
All of a sudden I heard the car kind of start, but the engine revved a bit, and instead of going backwards, he went forward in fast. You hit the current, and the river was high, and almost immediately the front end started going this way, and the car started floating down the river. Doug is literally screaming at me to get in the boat. I literally dove in, and we raced to the car, and we were probably to the car within 10 seconds, I'll bet. And your window was open, and then I told you, Arnold, I said, I'm going to pull you through the window. I said, it's probably not going to be very comfortable, but you're coming in the boat with me. I was just ready to grab you, and your power window went up, right between, I mean, literally this far away. You were cold, wet, and scared. And I saw you reaching for the ignition, trying to start the car, but the window closed on me. And that's when I went from feeling this wasn't going to be too tough to what are we going to do now. So Doug, we grabbed a rope out of the car, or out of the boat where I used for launching, and your rear bumper now was in the air. So Doug attached it and put the boater in reverse and wrapped the rope around his arm and started pulling, even though you were floating downriver, pulling the car toward the shore so we could get shallower.
At that critical moment, Jeff Brewer and his wife were passing by in a larger boat. As his wife called 911, Jeff jumped into the water to help with the rescue.
So I just, like they said, jumped in and swam through the passenger side window and grabbed a hold of your shoulder and kind of wiggled you out from behind the steering wheel and kind of rolled you over on your back and kind of wiggled you out the passenger window, and then got you up to the surface, and we just pulled you into the shore and waited for help to come. So yeah, I was glad I was there to help you out.
I think anyone in that situation would have done the same thing. It was nothing that we could plan. There was no one else there to help. Without the 3 of us to be on both sides of the car, we wouldn't have known that the other side there was an open window, because we couldn't see it from where we were. And fortunately, he's here today and looks no worse for the wear and tear. And I think it makes all of us feel good that we could help.
Putting it very nice to see you here today. I was in the process of drowning when these gentlemen started to rescue me, and I still thought I was a goner, and they had to overcome my ignorance and my shock and my helplessness and do what they felt was necessary, and they did what was necessary, even though I did not help them. In fact, I believe I hindered them, and that's the only reason why I'm here today. And they deserve every accolade that you gentlemen can receive.
The Meritorious Service Award is the highest award given to civilians by the St. Paul Fire Department. It recognizes service from one citizen to another, above and beyond the call of duty and at peril to one's own life. Each of the 3 men was also awarded the Medal of Valor from Dakota County Sheriff Dave Bellows, who oversees water rescue and recovery at Lilydale Regional Park. Chief Butler awarded letters of commendation to Jason Saver and Mike Rogalski of St. Paul Fire Department's Rescue Squad 1, and unit letters of recognition to 5 other St. Paul fire and paramedic crews for their actions on the night of December 12, 2008.
This award is long overdue. The crews that responded on the night of December 12th, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. They came down to the water to find that a suicidal woman had jumped off the seawall or the loading wall down in the Sibley area, Shepherd Road, Warner Road in Sibley, about 25 feet into the frozen river. And a police responder, who's previously been recognized by the police department, arrived on scene, lowered their dog leash down, a canine officer, and the lady clung to that dog leash until the fire department showed up. Then she decided she really wanted to live and be rescued. So our crew did what's called a high angle vertical rope rescue, lowering down first an initial responder and then another responder to help the woman not only with physical support but emotional support and medical care, lowered a Stokes basket down and brought the woman safely up to the top of the 25-foot seawall. This is done at night in dangerous conditions and at the risk of grave personal injury to the folks that are operating both at the top of the seawall and the folks that went into the water. And so we wanted to recognize these crews.
Well, there might be a couple here that are getting awards, but in general, I mean, we have dispatch that got us there, got the call on time. There's a lot of efforts that go into it that a lot of people don't get recognized. And I just wanted to say that thank you and I wanted to recognize them. Thank you.
It was a great team effort. Jason's the real hero, but it was thanks to everyone there. Thank you.